today's video, I'm going to show you in details how to create an online course on Teachable platform. I'll show you how to set up your account, your course, and add materials for your course and prepare it for selling. Welcome to TAD Coaching. So, let us start. First, let us create an account, which is free, and check the platform before you decide to upgrade and choose one of the 3 plans they are offering, depending on the size of your business and which features you can actually need. Please click like and subscribe to this channel, it helps a lot. For clients with small numbers of courses, the basic plan can work well for them. For this tutorial, I'm going to create a trial account, which can do almost everything. But when it comes to publishing, you need to upgrade. So, start typing your information. Once you're done, click Get Started. Then, you need to name your school. I'm going to name it TAD Coaching. Now, you just need to answer a few questions so that the platform can give you the best experience possible. What type of online course do you want to create? I'll select Marketing and Business course. Do you already have an online course? No, unless you already have. Do you have an online audience? Let us say yes. Your school is actually set up, and now you're on the dashboard of your online school. On the left menu, there are different options where you can access the dashboard where you are right now. I'm going to pass on them one by one. But before we go into more details, you should confirm your email address and verify your account. After confirming, I will land on main dashboard of my Teachable account, and I can create new schools attached to the same user account. As you can see right here on the schools, I have my TAD Coaching School. You might have different schools for different groups of online courses that you created, with different strategies like membership sites or pay by course. Now, I'm going back to my school dashboard, then refresh it, and the message asking for email confirmation will disappear. 2 important points I want to draw your attention to. The first one is the site, where we can control public look and feel of our site. We can upload your logo, banner, and the favicon. Starting with a logo. If you do not have one, you can design a free one using Canva. The upper video link explains how to create a logo in Canva. Also, you can find it in the description below. I have already prepared the image I will use in this demo. So, I'm going to upload the logo by clicking the Upload Image button, then clicking on my computer, and then we are going to drag and drop the logo and click the Upload button. Now, the logo is added. I'm going to use the same image for the favicon. Then, for the site header, I will upload another image as a thumbnail. Now, I will choose the font that will be used by the site. As you can see, they have several fonts you can choose from. I'm going to choose the Arial font and click Save. Then, you can choose which set of colors you want for the theme plus. You can customize each of the colors to be exactly as you need. I'm going to select this, as it matches better with logo and banner colors. Then, we'll change them to an exact color code. At the end, click Save. I'm going to click the preview button in the corner and see what the site looks like. I think it looks good, reflecting the parameters we selected for favicon, logo, banner, and font. This white space is where the different courses that we will create are going to show up. So, let's go back into Admin Panel, then select the domain. In this page, you can change the domain to actually be your own domain, like tadcoaching.com. Okay, then you can customize your navigation bar and footer, arrange their order, or adding new tabs and connecting them to pages. I will come back to this. In the bio section, you can add your bio and an image, which is highly recommended to do, because it's going to appear in different places on a website, so people can know who you are and find out some information about you. Going to the pages section, in which you can find a list of the pages, and you can create more pages for your website. For example, I'm going to add FAQ page. Then I will go back to the navigation and add it as a new tab that shows this page. Also, you can manage your comments. While in this section, you can change additional things on your website using either the Power Editor, which allows you to drag and drop things on your site, or Code Snippet to inject CSS style or HTML and JavaScript code, which will be re-elected on your website. Let's now go back to the main sidebar and click to the users. Now, as you can see, we don't have any students on our site, but this is where the students will show up. Then we have sales, and we don't have any yet, but you're going to land directly on transaction page with a graph here that shows when sales were made and how much people spent. You can send emails directly to your students if your plan includes this feature, or enable the integration with an email marketing provider. Now, the settings, where you can change the parameters for your school like name, and you can set a homepage heading as a subtitle for your school name. Also, you can add a general description of what is gonna be inside a course. Here, you can add your address, which you may need for legal reasons. Also, you can change some settings regarding to lectures, such as autocomplete lectures when the final video is finished playing. Personally, I turn this off, because I often find it annoying. Sync user courses % complete when publishing will recalculate the course % complete for users when the number of publishing lectures in a course changes. I'd recommend you to leave this off. It means that if you added more lectures, then it would reset how advanced the student has gotten in that course. Just save those changes. Then, I want to change another settings down in a comment section about how the comments are moderated and how they are threaded. You can also add a blog to your school, which is gonna be another page in that menu where you could post articles. At this section, you could take your school online and start selling your courses, or you could delete your school. And down here is my Teachable account system. And basically, what this does is it allows your students to use their login for your school across all Teachable schools. Enabling this depends on your strategy. Anyway, they still have to pay for whatever school they are trying to access, but they would have the same login information across all of the Teachable platform. Okay, those are the general settings. Now, there's also setting related to how you're going to accept payments. You will need to enter your phone number and start setting up the Teachable Payments Gateway, in which you are going to be connected to their payment processing system, so they'll need more information for tax reasons. There's also an option where you could add your tax number and change how taxes are collected for your courses. Also, you could control what notifications you want to receive, for example, when people purchase your courses. Another section where you can change your plan and upgrade it if you want, and you could change how you're being billed. Currently, we're not being billed at all because we choose the free trial. Here, in the integration, you can choose from a list of integrations to add your site like ConvertKit segments, Google Analytics, or Sumo. Now, let's move down to the course section. Once I click on course, I can click the New Course button. Then, we need to give the course a name, a subtitle, and select the outer. I'm just going to call this Hello World course. For the subtitles, let's just add a demo course for YouTube. And then under bio, you would need either to enter a new bio of the person who is creating it or select a bio that has already been created. I'm going to create a new bio, so I just entered the name and title. You want to enter a title that's relevant to your course. If you have some level of expertise or you do something related to the topic of your course, you'll need to enter it in the title and then add a description. Also, you can add your image, then click Add Bio. Now this are assigned to the course. Our online course was actually created. You still need to add a lesson to the course inside the curriculum part of your course, which is the main part. To create new section, push the New Section button. That would create a new one and give it a name. We'll name it Module 1. As you can see, the system created this one automatically. So, we're just going to change title to be Module 2. And then, we'll move it to be after Module 1 by just dragging it. Now, I'm just going to create one module more. So I'm going to push the new section again and choose Module 3 as title. So now, we have 3 modules. We need to create lessons inside the modules. To do that, we just need to click a new lecture. Inside of a new lecture that we just created, the first thing that we need to do is to add a name. Let it be Lesson 1. Then I'll save it. And now, here's where you can add all information about this lesson. So, here we can add various types of files like video, PDF, or any other sort of file. Adding a video is going to show up at the top of the lesson page. Anything else will be added below. On the add text, we could type in text directly. So you could just type in the lesson if you don't want to add it as a PDF. Also, you can add a quiz, or you can add custom HTML code, and make your lesson look exactly how you want. In general, I'm adding 2 or 3 things. I'm adding a video always, and then I'm adding some PDF files. And then I also adding some text to give some explanations for what's included in the lesson. Okay, so let's add a video file here. So I'm just gonna click Choose File and search my computer. I haven't created a new video lesson for this specific demo, but I will add a video about creating t-shirts on Canva. Then I'm going to click the Upload button. Now, this does take a little bit of time to upload, and it's gonna be hosted on Teachable servers. So, the video file has now been uploaded, and it's currently being optimized for playback, so that Teachable is just working on encoding it and getting everything set up so that it will play properly. Now, we could add in a PDF file, so let's just go and upload. So, now we're going to click the Upload button, and that PDF will show up right here. And then we can also turn on comments so that your students could leave comments on this lesson. They could ask questions about a lesson, and then you could actually answer their questions. Okay, then let's also add some text so that we see where the text is going to show up. Then, click the Save button. After that, I'm going to click the Publish button. Now my lessons has been published. I can either click this button to preview the lecture that I just created and see what it looks like, or I can push this button to create a new lecture. Okay, so that's the lesson we created. And now we're going back to our curriculum list. Then we're going to add a lecture to each of these modules so that we can see how the course actually looks with multiple modules and multiple lessons. Alright, so now I've added a few more lessons. Over here, you can choose to enable your materials to be downloadable or not. So if you push this button, this means that your enrolled students will be able to download your videos in PDFs, which is something that you may or may not want to allow. Then, you can also click the I button if you want to make the lecture available for previews, so users will be able to see this lesson and watch the video and read the content before they buy the course. And this is like try before you buy, giving them a little sample of what's going to be included. In general, you open the first lesson. Now, let us preview this lesson. We could click on the video that we added to this lesson. And here's the PDF file that we added. Students can scroll through it. Right now, the file isn't downloadable because we need to change the settings inside our course curriculum. Okay, so under the PDF, we can find the text we added. And below that, we got a discussion that can be added by you as the instructor and your students. So, now we're going to preview our course. Here we are inside the course, and right now we aren't in any of the lessons. So, we are in the class curriculum tab. And then down here, there's your instructor tab to give more information about the instructor. So, let's go back to the class curriculum and click on this first lesson so that you can see what happens. When students start the lecture by either clicking right here or by clicking Start, or they could click Start Next Lecture and it would start the next lesson. Okay, so now that I'm inside the first lesson, we can see that videos are ready to go over here on the sidebar. We have the different modules, and inside each module, the lesson we added. You can see here that we've got this open circle for a lesson that I haven't completed yet. And we have this half-colored circle for the lessons I'm currently working on. And if I complete the lesson by watching the video, then it would be fully colored, and the complete percentage above would change. Depending on the settings, the lessons will either be marked as complete when the video finishes playing or when people click on the complete and continue button. So, I push this button and now the complete percentage increased. And you can see that this lesson is checked off and grayed out. Students still can go back and click on the lessons and watch the video again if they want to. But as they completed it, they are automatically being prompted to move on to the next lesson. And they then have the option to click Previous Lecture or Complete and Continue. One last thing we are going to check, which is pricing setup for your course. Click on Pricing, and then click on Add a Pricing Plan. You will have 4 different plans to select from. Even free or one-time purchase, or payment plan or subscription. Selecting the right plan depends on your business strategy. After selecting the plan, you will need to configure your plan. Okay, so here we are back inside the course curriculum. And then we can go back to the school dashboard, where we can see that we have one course under our list of courses. But we can create as many courses as we want. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Now, it's your turn. Are you going to use Teachable to host your online course, or you prefer your own site using WordPress? Let me know by leaving a comment below.